Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. My name is Matt. I know this podcast is quite new, but some of you have been following along for a while now. As you may have noticed, the narrator has changed a couple of times already in just a few months. The truth is, the podcast has been growing extremely slow, and basically nobody has left us any reviews so far. I'm here as the new voice of the podcast and would love to stick around, but I need your support to do so. Please, if you enjoy our content, it would mean so much to us if you could just leave us a review on whichever podcast platform you use. Now, take a deep breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome, dear friend, to Deep Sleep Stories. You have arrived here, perhaps seeking a moment of calm in the midst of life's swirling demands. Feel free to settle yourself into a comfortable position, allowing any burdens weighing on your mind or body to slip gently away. Tonight you will drift into a time of autumn's hush, where the air is crisp and the flicker of candlelight dances on winding streets. Tonight's tale brings you to the jack-o'-lantern streets of Salem, a soft, mysterious Halloween lullaby to guide you into rest. Close your eyes if you wish and imagine a warm glow around you. Let every breath you take be an invitation to peace. Inhale slowly, feeling your chest expand with gentle anticipation. Exhale softly, releasing all tension from your muscles. Notice your shoulders relax, your brow unfurl. With each breath you sink deeper into a soothing realm of stillness. Perhaps you sense the aroma of spiced apples or mulled cider. Listen for the faint rustle of leaves drifting in an evening breeze. Let the space around you become tranquil, a cocoon of safety and warm acceptance. Breathe in and out. With each wave of your breath, you drift further from the day's concerns, moving closer to a quiet, restful place. Feel that calm expand through your entire being, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Each exhalation is a step away from stress, a step toward a comforting hush. Let your mind wander gently, free from worry. Allow this gentle sense of peace to envelop you. You are here to rest, to float on the soft currents of a story filled with the gentle intrigue of a Halloween night in Salem. And now, in that floating state of calm, let the story unfold around you. In the heart of Salem, a faint trail of lanterns lights a winding lane. The day is dim, edging its way into dusk, as swirling leaves patter softly along the cobblestone. The air is cool, not chilly, but refreshingly crisp as it moves through the narrow streets. Orange and golden pumpkins sit on every stoop, carved faces flickering with warm candlelight. In a small inn on the corner, a visitor named Maribel readies herself to step outside into the evening glow. She lingers in the open doorway, the gentle breath of late October passing over her cheeks. The sun rests low on the horizon, coloring the sky in oranges and purples, a watercolor wash of twilight that promises magic and mystery. Maribel's eyes move over the street. Jack-o'-lanterns glow with soft, dancing flames, their carved grins winking at passers-by. She feels a subtle sense of curiosity tapping at her heart. She has come to Salem drawn by the stories whispered in the hush of night. legends of old magic that swirl around each corner. But despite the town's storied past, there is a quiet comfort to the place as well, like a lullaby playing in the background of each conversation. She steps off the old inn's wooden porch, her shoes making a gentle click against the cobblestone. A mild breeze brushes by, carrying with it the scent of roasted chestnuts from a nearby vendor. The windows of historic houses shed warm light upon the street, and the friendly flicker of jack-o'-lanterns offers an almost otherworldly glow. Her steps slow as she admires the hand-carved faces illuminating the doorways. Each pumpkin seems to have its own personality. Some are round with wide eyes, others tall and slender with delicate, intricate designs. The drifting scents of cinnamon and clove mingle with the gentle hush of the evening, creating a dreamy atmosphere that seems to beckon her onward. Maribel moves deeper into the heart of old Salem. The architecture here tells stories of centuries past. Homes with peaked roofs, shuttered windows, and doorways that have welcomed generations of visitors. Sidewalks are lined with wrought iron fences that allow glimpses of well-tended gardens bathed in candlelight. She pauses at a modest gate where a friendly cat, black as the midnight sky, perches upon a stone post. The cat seems as curious about her as she is about her surroundings. They regard one another quietly, and Maribel can almost sense a gentle invitation to explore further. A local child dressed in a warm cloak to ward off the evening chill scampers by, giggling at the playful shapes the lanterns cast upon the ground. A parent offers a soft reminder to stay close, their voice lilting in the hush. The child's laughter blends with the gentle hush of the breeze, weaving an intimate tapestry of sound that is more soothing than loud. Though the night grows darker, Maribel feels no fear, only a subtle thrill of wonder, as if each pumpkin's candle guides her to a new piece of Salem's dreamlike tapestry. She continues, passing a quaint apothecary shop with a large jack-o'-lantern perched in the window. Candles glow behind the glass, illuminating dried herbs and shelves of sparkling jars. Even at this late hour, the door to the shop is propped open, letting out the faint aroma of lavender and rosemary. Through the narrow opening, she hears a soft conversation between the shopkeeper and a traveler, each voice subdued in courtesy of the calm Salem night. Maribel smiles to herself, enjoying the sense of stepping back in time. The street narrows, lined with tall, spindly trees, now nearly bare of leaves. Moonlight filters through their branches, adding a silver tint to the orange glow of the lanterns. The old pavement underfoot bears the memory of countless footsteps. Every so often, Maribel spots a wrought iron lamppost with glass panels, inside which rests a single candle. Its gentle flicker reflects off the metal frame, dancing in a slow, mesmerizing pattern. She lets her eyes follow the swaying light until it lulls her mind into a contented blankness, a space free from to-do lists or pressing concerns. Overhead, the moon grows brighter, a full disk gently veiled by wisps of cloud. The hush deepens, broken only by the sound of Maribel's footsteps and the distant rustle of the wind. She glances at the windows of the old houses. Many are draped in soft curtains, but flickers of amber or the occasional glow of a reading lamp remind her that though the hour is late, people are tucked warmly inside, perhaps reading or quietly conversing. The comfortable hush wraps around her like a velvet blanket, soothing her spirit and encouraging each breath to slow. She meanders toward a small public square where a modest statue stands watch. Though the figure is cloaked in shadow, the area is illuminated by numerous jack-o'-lanterns placed carefully around the base. Their combined warmth wards off any chill. Maribel can see the statue is of a historical figure, someone from Salem's storied past, perhaps a figure known for quiet bravery or local legend. A few benches circle this space, each offering a peaceful vantage from which to observe the glow. She settles onto one, letting the tension slip out of her shoulders. The hush of the evening wraps around her, and she allows her mind to drift into the calm rhythms of the night. Her thoughts wander. She envisions the many Halloween nights that have come and gone in this old town, each leaving its own imprint. There have been nights of lively festivities, nights of reflective solemnity, nights of playful masquerades. The present moment, though steeped in the soft atmosphere of tradition, feels primarily restful and comforting. The jack-o'-lanterns, guardians of the night, flicker watchfully, ensuring a sense of calm. She closes her eyes for a moment, lulled by the tender hush of the breeze. Eventually she rises from the bench, curiosity guiding her onward. A narrow lane extends from the square, gently lit by pumpkin lanterns placed at orderly intervals. Maribel follows the path until she arrives at a grand oak tree, its trunk broad and ancient. Hanging from one of the low branches is a rope swing, decorated for the season with ribbons of deep orange. The seat of the swing is carved from smooth wood, and engraved upon it are faint, swirling designs that have faded through the years. She runs her fingertips over the patterns, feeling the cool, worn surface, and her thoughts drift to images of quiet, timeless joy. A rustle near the tree's base draws her gaze. She looks down to see a small toad perched by a gnarled root, its dark eyes blinking slowly. It appears content, as if it too is at rest in the gentle hush. A swirl of dry leaves collects around Maribel's feet, drawn by a passing gust, then dances away down the lane. She smiles, sensing the living pulse of Salem's nighttime secrets. Wandering further, she notices a wooden sign that reads, Market Lane. The lettering is simple yet elegant, with gentle flourishes hinting at the street's history. Rows of lanterns line the way, and in the distance she sees the soft glow of a public lantern standing watchful at the street's end. Shops with quaint signs, like the moonlit bookshelf and the autumn brew, dot the sides of the lane, Though most have closed for the night, the window displays remain softly lit, offering glimpses of spiced teas, leather-bound journals, and handcrafted curios. Maribel pauses beside the moonlit bookshelf's display. Inside, a small stack of old tomes rests beside a crystal paperweight in the shape of a crescent moon. She can nearly smell the hint of aged parchment and dusty pages. A jack-o'-lantern grins lazily from the corner, illuminating a row of antique books with dancing light. If she listens closely, she imagines she can hear the quiet shifting of old pages, the echo of stories ready to be told. She closes her eyes, letting her mind wander through imaginary halls of knowledge and tales. The night deepens, but the streets remain softly aglow with flickering lanterns. Some doorsteps display meticulously carved pumpkins, each telling a silent story of creativity. In one, the face of a mythical creature emerges from the orange rind, mysterious and wise. In another, whimsical stars are cut out, allowing pinpoints of light to dance along the porch's wooden boards. Maribel finds herself smiling as she walks, comforted by the artistry that lines each step of her path. Down a slightly sloping lane, she comes upon an old arched bridge, its stones worn smooth over time. The water beneath is dark, reflecting glimpses of the moon and the surrounding jack-o'-lantern glow. A gentle drip-drop from the bank echoes in the otherwise still air. Maribel walks to the middle of the bridge and leans against the edge, gazing at the rippling reflections. The water's surface seems alive with light, carrying the candle glow in dancing waves. She inhales the cool, damp scent rising from the river, letting it soothe her. The hush of water lapping the bridge's supports is a lullaby of its own, rhythmic and comforting. Crossing the bridge, she steps onto a small footpath lined by towering oaks. Their branches stretch overhead, forming a natural archway. The moonlight filters through in slivers, adding to the gentle play of shadow and light. The path leads to a humble graveyard, a historical site woven into Salem's tapestry. Iron gates stand open, revealing a well-kept space dotted with modest headstones. Maribel steps inside, respectful of the resting place. Lanterns placed at intervals guide the way, their glow revealing neat rows of stones. The atmosphere is serene, bathed in quiet reflection rather than gloom. Each carved name and date is a memory, a fragment of history that sleeps peacefully beneath the autumn sky. She notices a caretaker across the way, quietly tending to a lantern that has grown dim. He adjusts the candle, replacing it with a fresh one before it can extinguish completely. His gentle movements speak of reverence. When he notices Maribel, he inclines his head in a courteous, respectful greeting, then returns to his task, maintaining the glow that comforts both the living and the departed. She lingers for a moment longer, absorbing the profound stillness. Even here, the spirit of Salem is gentle, offering solace rather than fear. Retracing her steps, Maribel leaves the graveyard behind, guided by the softly lit path. The hour has grown late, but the air remains comfortable. A faint orange glow overhead catches her eye. Suspended between two buildings are festive lanterns made from real pumpkins, carved with swirling motifs. They hang like playful spirits, gently bobbing in the breeze. Their dancing shadows on the walls create a soothing display, slow rippling patterns that flow and overlap. At the end of the lane stands a modest tea house. Its front door is propped open, revealing a quiet interior. Soft lamplight spills onto the stoop, where two small jack-o'-lanterns stand sentinel. Driven by curiosity and a growing desire for warmth, Maribel steps inside. The space is cozy with wooden floors and low beams overhead. The soft murmur of conversation drifts from a corner, accompanied by the comforting clink of porcelain cups. Delicate wreaths of dried leaves adorn the walls, adding a subtle rustle when the door closes behind her. A friendly attendant greets her, offering a gentle smile. She's invited to take a seat in a cushioned chair near a flickering fireplace. The tea house offers a variety of autumnal blends, each infused with the flavors of the season: pumpkin spice, roasted apple, cinnamon, or a soothing chamomile lavender mix. Maribel selects a brew that promises warmth and calm, and moments later a steaming cup is placed before her. The aroma is sweet and spiced, and as she takes her first sip, the flavors envelop her senses with comforting delight. She notices a group of friends quietly chatting at a nearby table. Their voices are hushed, punctuated by gentle laughter. Soft candlelight illuminates their smiles as they share stories of the day's small adventures. Outside, a few more visitors pass by the open door, drawn by the glow of the lanterns, the promise of a cozy seat, or perhaps just an interest in the gentle ambiance that Salem offers on a Halloween night. Maribel allows herself a moment to breathe deeply, savoring the tea's warmth as it flows through her. Before long, her eyelids feel heavy. The lull of the fire's crackle, the delicate murmuring voices, and the gentle swirl of her tea's fragrance create a cocoon of restfulness. She realizes her limbs feel pleasantly weighted, as if they too have been lulled into the hush of Salem's midnight calm. A distant church bell tolls quietly, marking the passage of another hour, yet the sound blends seamlessly with the subdued atmosphere, drawing her deeper into the moment. When she finishes her tea, she thanks the attendant with a soft smile and steps back into the night. The fresh air greets her gently. The moon has climbed higher in the sky, illuminating a few drifting clouds. The lantern-lit pumpkins continue their watch, each flame dancing rhythmically. Maribel lets out a contented sigh, the warm tea still lingering in her chest. She feels a peaceful connection to the heart of this place, as though the quiet roads themselves are alive with friendly welcome. She wanders a little farther, wanting to see more of the beautifully lit streets before concluding her evening stroll. Her path curves gently, following a bend in the road where tall maples stand guard. their leaves rustling in a whispered lullaby of red and gold. A single bat flutters above in a silent arc, disappearing into the higher branches. The mild hush of the wind through the leaves is soothing, each rustle a reminder of nature's gentle presence. A short distance away, she spots a small gathering of townsfolk near a sprawling oak. They appear to be telling stories, their voices hushed, yet filled with soft fascination. A circle of glowing pumpkins surrounds them, creating an intimate glow that casts comforting shadows on their faces. Though Maribel doesn't approach too closely, she observes the scene from a respectful distance. Each figure listens intently as another speaks, occasionally nodding or offering a quiet, amused smile. Whatever stories they share, it seems they do so with warmth and respect. Lore passed down through families, or simple recollections of personal moments touched by the spirit of the season. The vibe is gentle, not haunting. The companionship, the flickering candlelight, the hush of the late hour, all combine to lend the gathering an almost dreamlike quality. Maribel finds her thoughts drifting. She wonders about the countless souls who have walked these streets before, especially on nights like this. Generations of footsteps have pressed upon the cobblestones, weaving their own stories into the town's tapestry. Yet despite the layers of history, the overriding sense is one of comforting familiarity. Salem's mysteries are real, but they rest quietly, like an old lullaby that never truly fades. The pumpkins, with their steadfast flames, have witnessed these nights come and go. They stand as gentle guardians, ensuring that the hush remains a solace rather than a source of unease. Continuing along the winding lane, Maribel approaches a small gate leading to a community garden. Even in the deep of autumn, some plants thrive. Lanterns are placed at intervals along the narrow walkways, illuminating rows of herbs and late-blooming flowers. Each patch is labeled by a small wooden sign showing proud names: thyme, sage, and a few hardy blossoms that dare to remain vibrant despite the cooler temperatures. The garden is quiet now, the night's serenity gently blanketing the foliage. She breathes in the mingled scents of soil, fresh leaves, and a hint of lingering blooms. Above, a gentle swirl of clouds veils the moon momentarily, casting soft, dancing shadows across the garden. A modest greenhouse stands at one corner. Through the panes, she glimpses leafy silhouettes and the flicker of a single lantern left burning inside. The sight warms her heart. Caring hands must have placed that light there, ensuring that even in the still of night, the greenhouse remains a place of subtle life. She listens. Somewhere nearby, a late cricket chirps, its rhythm slow, as if drowsy in the cooler air. Her lips curl into a tender smile, grateful for the simple moments of calm offered by the night. At last, guided by the gentle glow of lanterns, she makes her way back toward the inn where her journey began. The silhouette of the building stands welcoming against the soft glow of the town. Another figure, perhaps a fellow traveler, slips quietly inside, letting the door shut with a low creak. Maribel steps onto the porch once again, soothed by the lantern hanging above the door. Its candle flame sways slightly, as if nodding in recognition of her return. In the inn's modest foyer, the warmth of a small fireplace greets her. She drifts across creaking floorboards, noticing how the gentle lamplight softens the corners of the room. A bowl of candy apples rests on a side table, their gleaming surfaces reflecting the dancing firelight. The caretaker of the inn, a kind older woman with a reassuring smile, nods a good evening. The caretaker's presence is calm, like a comforting shadow that knows when to speak and when to simply let silence do the work. Maribel returns the greeting in hushed tones, feeling a deep sense of tranquility settle upon her. She takes the narrow staircase to her room, each step accompanied by a soft creak. The hallway is lit by a single sconce, and the faint smell of cinnamon lingers in the air, perhaps from an earlier pot of mulled cider. Once inside her room, she closes the door quietly, shutting out the night's subtle noises but keeping the memory of Salem's lantern-lit streets glowing gently in her mind. She sets her belongings aside. The bed, dressed in a warm quilt, beckons invitingly. The small window overlooks the street below, where a carved pumpkin still flickers. Its flame casts dancing shapes on the street's surface, weaving a lullaby in light. Maribel moves around the room slowly, taking time to appreciate the cozy furnishings. A wooden chair, a writing desk, an antique mirror. She changes into her nightclothes, feeling the plush rug beneath her feet, grounding her in this moment of peace. Outside, she hears a faint sigh of wind drifting through the eaves, perhaps carrying with it the last echoes of footsteps and hushed voices from the town below. Everything is calm, restful, and imbued with the gentlest hint of Halloween's mystery. Finally, she slips beneath the quilt, letting it envelop her in warmth. The mattress is soft, conforming to her weary limbs. She closes her eyes. Images of the streets dance behind her eyelids, jack-o'-lanterns winking, leaves spiraling in a soft wind, a moonlit bridge reflecting candlelight. She doesn't attempt to cling to these images. Instead, she allows them to rise and recede with each slow breath, like a tide of memory lulling her deeper into tranquility. In the peaceful quiet of her room, time drifts by in slow currents. The hush of late night blends with the steady rhythm of her own breathing. She curls onto her side, lulled by the sense that Salem's glowing lanterns keep watch even now, ensuring sweet dreams. The world outside recedes, replaced by the gentle darkness of restful sleep. Like a single flame that settles into a steady glow, Maribel's consciousness dims into a serene slumber. Now, dear traveler, let your own breathing grow soft and slow. The echoes of that Salem night, with its lantern glow and hushed magic, offer an embracing calm. The images you've gathered, a moonlit bridge, a lantern-lit garden, friendly pumpkins guiding the way, can linger like soft embers in your mind, warming you from within. Feel how your body gently sinks into your bed, each muscle unwinding with unhurried ease. The day's cares drift away like leaves carried off by a breeze. There is no rush here, no pressing demand, only the steady rhythm of breath, the murmur of distant memories, the lull of a mysterious Halloween evening that belongs to quiet hearts. Let your eyelids grow heavier still. Perhaps you imagine the gentle flicker of candles behind closed eyes, a warm glow that beckons you into a deeper rest. Each slow inhale fills you with gentle tranquility. Each exhale carries away any lingering trace of tension. You deserve this moment of peace. You deserve to drift without worry, to surrender to the soothing current of night's secret music. In your mind, the cobblestone streets remain, always lit by the soft promise of jack-o'-lanterns. The calm hush of Salem's lanes has found its home in your heart, offering a gentle refuge whenever you might need it. And now, as you settle into the tender cradle of sleep, let those gently glowing memories guide your dreams, weaving a tapestry of comfort and serenity. Feel the soft weight of your blankets, the simple reassurance of your pillow, the slow, gentle rise and fall of your chest. The hush enfolds you, encourages you to surrender fully to the night. There is nothing more to do. Allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper, becoming one with the quiet. Let the lull of a peaceful October night carry you off to places where dreams flow without care. Good night, dear traveler. May the lanterns burn brightly in your dreams, illuminating a path of warmth and mystery. May your rest be deep, your heart untroubled, and your spirit calmed by the hush of these enchanted streets. Sleep well.